A year we did not expect. A new normal we could never predict. The coronavirus hit businesses globally. More livelihoods than lives were lost during the pandemic. But what if we could imagine a new day? A day when businesses are back in business, when employees return to work, customers are back happily, when kids go back to school. Imagine a day when you don't have to imagine that day. It's already here, introducing a revolutionary first-of-its-kind life-saving technology with 99.9% efficacy in neutralizing the coronavirus. The SHYCOCAN, invented by an Indian scientist, Dr. Raja Vijay Kumar, who holds over 30 patents globally. A simple plug-and-play wall-mounted device. The SHYCOCAN emits photons that form an electron cloud in an indoor space. The negative charged electrons neutralize the positive charge of the coronavirus, thereby disabling it from infecting a person. No chemicals, no UV rays, no side effects, completely non-toxic, and 100% safe for humans and animals. It also disables other corona and influenza family of viruses that cause SARS, seasonal flus, and swine flu, among others. Each device covers an area of up to 1,000 square feet indoors and consumes just as much electricity monthly as a 30-watt light bulb. A one-time installation, no consumables like filters, solutions, etc., plus expert consultation to custom fit your requirements. A global service and support network including 100 plus Indian cities with an unbeatable replacement warranty. The SHYCOCAN will keep you safe. The SHYCOCAN has been proven to be 99.9% effective against the coronavirus across multiple and the most stringent virology lab test reports. It has already been installed by several organizations like the Tatas, Tech Mahindra, Finicus and Cello, besides the Indian Defence Forces, among others. Let's make your business safe for you, your employees, and your customers. Let's bring business back to business today. Log on to shycocancorp.com for inquiries.
The new, innovative and path-breaking solution comes in. The device, Scalene Hypercharge Corona Cannon, is designed for containment of the corona family of viruses. The device is a plug-and-play device that combats this deadly virus in enclosed spaces by producing a cloud of negatively charged particles called electrons, which attract the positively charged spike protein on the outer surface of the virus particle. This interaction between the electrons and spike protein neutralizes the virus. The viruses in the air and on surfaces in enclosed spaces are neutralized. The device can be installed in homes, shopping malls, hospitals, restaurants, airports, and wherever possible. This device complies to all applicable international regulatory standards relating to safety, EMI, EMC, and efficacy, and has undergone relevant and repeated testing and studies to prove effective against the coronavirus.
Fantastic news again. We're going to talk about the SHYCOCAN since it's actually here. So this is the only thing which is scientifically proven at the moment which can stop the spread of the coronavirus. So if you have one such machine in your office or home or school, the virus cannot spread from one person to other. So even if there are 10 people sitting here right next to me who are asymptomatic or symptomatic COVID positive, I will not get it. So let's see how the machine works. You can see this blue color cannon here. So it's a small cylindrical drum which is actually, it has a PMEE or a photon mediated electron emitter inside. So this is a super alloy which when excited showers tens of thousands of trillions of electrons in 1 second. So what this does is, the entire room is completely filled with these photons, which are similar to the photons which come from the sun, and then when they bounce off the surfaces, you have the electrons which have the negative charge. So imagine I buy my grocery, I come with a bag full of things, vegetables, whatever I need. I don't need to wash it and sterilize it and everything, even just 2-3 minutes here, and it's completely clear of if there is any surface infection of coronavirus, it would clear it completely. How amazing is this? Not just from person to person, but also imagine having all your groceries and vegetables and any shopping, whatever you come home with, you just even walk through the room for a few minutes or keep it there for a few minutes, and it's 99.9% COVID free. So what is the science behind this? It's very easy to understand. The electrons are negatively charged particles, and the COVID virus is actually a dead entity. It has no life on its own. The S protein or the spike protein is actively searching for the negative charge. So the ACE receptor on the cell, the human cell, has a negative electrical potential. So instead of coming and affecting us, straight away the virus would go, the S protein would bind to the electrons which are being showered here, and that neutralizes every single virus which is present here. Amazing, isn't it? So what does this give me? It gives me immense freedom. It gives me peace of mind as a doctor, for all my patients, for elderly people, for anyone who I love. At least now I have them all fitted with one SHYCOCAN machine, because the supply is actually there's a huge demand, the supply is less. So we are giving priority to those who need it. So how would you install the machine? You can see it's a plug and play device, very simple. You can plug it and fit it in one corner of your home, like a video camera or a speaker, so the entire room gets covered. Or you can keep it on a stool or a little surface like this, and then you can actually move it if you have a meeting in your office or you're going to a restaurant where you have to meet someone. Then you would take it, plug it in there, and then at least you know you're protected and your loved ones are protected. So we saw the science about it. The next question is, what is the surface area which gets covered? Like how big areas? So in terms of about 1,000 square feet is what one machine would cover, given about the floor to roof ceiling is about 10 feet or so, or about 10,000 cubic feet is the area which one machine would cover. So what does this...
Viewers, before I go, in our last and special segment, over 2 million cases in India, and the new normal involves fighting COVID while keeping the economy running. Face masks, sanitizers, face shields are a must, but still not enough sometimes. So how can we be ahead in the battle against COVID? What are the solutions? What role does technology play in containing the spread? Are there any options emerging? Let's take a look.
Around the world, there's a race for a COVID-19 vaccine. Sanitized spaces and clean surroundings are a matter of zero compromise today. Face masks, hand sanitizers, face shields are part of the new normal. And still, there's a lot more we need to do in large and closed spaces. And there's a need for better technology to prevent COVID-19. Corona Guard, powered by SHYCOCAN, is a portable device meant to prevent coronavirus transmission in the enclosed spaces like offices, hospitals, schools and homes. The product is CE marked and is cleared by US FDA under the enforcement policy for sterilizers, disinfectant devices and air purifiers during the coronavirus disease 2019 public health emergency. This is how it operates. The Corona Guard operates on power supply to generate high tension at a switching frequency and delivers the necessary signals to a photon-mediated electronic emitters that produces hypercharged electrons that interact and disable the negative-seeking S protein of coronavirus, thus reducing the infectivity and prevent air and surface-borne transmission of corona family of viruses.
This is the first principle of this long time ago, which we thought about. And after that, we first tried to use this device for, containing the flu and cold and things like that. So that's how it started. And thereafter, the energy levels are maintained.
This innovative technology is intended to physically attenuate the homing mechanism on the virus and prevent infectivity. The emanated electron cloud actively disarms air and surface transmission of the corona family of viruses. The device can be safely deployed in all environments inhabited by people, be it very large or small enclosed spaces, that is, in hospitals, containment areas, quarantine areas, places where public meet. For example, shopping malls, schools, restaurants and offices, as well as homes. In short, we may be looking at a sanitizer backed by technology to keep our surroundings and neutralize the coronavirus.
Well, it's important, I feel, always to revisit the fight against COVID because it should never be that we get used to the increasing numbers and say, just let's live with it. So whenever I find something that seems technologically superior and which can provide us some kind of a technological guard against the transmission of the disease, I'm very interested. So Marzin is the managing director and CEO of Eureka Forbes, but I'd like to ask, and Dr. Anil Balani is a senior physician in Mumbai. But I'd like to ask Dr. Raja Vijay Kumar first, who's the man behind this.
We are just in the halfway stage as far as COVID is concerned. What is it that we can do to help sanitize the areas that we are in? Going beyond sanitizers and masks, is there something that we can actually do? Well, now there are medical devices to neutralize coronavirus, and a Bengaluru organization has gained American and European Union regulators' approval for a particular device. It's called the SHYCOCAN Scalene Hypercharged Corona Cannon. It's a small drum-like device. It can be fixed in offices, schools, malls, hotels, airports, or any closed area. It has been proven to be 99.9% effective in neutralizing spike protein present in the virus. And lab tests show that one device can cover about 10,000 cubic meters in terms of area. Joining us now, Dr. Raja Vijay Kumar, the chairman of the Organización de Scalene, which is instrumental in actually developing this. Thanks, Dr. Kumar, very much for being with us. How does this device work?
Oh, yeah, thank you for inviting me to your show. This device is a physical device, works on physical principles. In that, in physics, we have an old physics principle that there are certain metals.
Now, a Bengaluru-based company has launched a unique device to curtail COVID-19. Deepa Balakrishnan brings you more.
Schools where children can come back to study and be naughty together, restaurants where you can go back for office parties and office meetings, metro trains that are once again operational, offices that are functional yet again. It all seems like a faraway dream after the multiple lockdowns that we've seen in Indian cities. But well, there could be a solution to at least some of these problems. A device that doesn't ask you to keep adjusting to the new normal, but in fact tries to bring back some semblance of the old normal. A Bengaluru organization says it has a device that it's been using for almost 2 years to prevent the spread of all kinds of flu viruses. And in fact, it could prevent the spread of the highly infectious COVID-19 virus as well if it is installed in our schools and offices, our buses and police stations. Just as air filters in offices prevent the spread of pollutants in the great indoors, This drum-like device, the organization Dascaline says, is medical electronics' answer to where medical science hasn't yet found one. It typically floods a room or hall with electrons that neutralize the positive cells that are there in the COVID-19 virus, the spike proteins in the spike-like ball that a virus is shaped as.
The corona family of viruses, they infecting mechanism is by using their spike protein, which actually a positive sense protein, and they are always seeking negativity of the transmembrane potential of the cells.